Accesslauren. Say my name, get access with Lauren.
Real talk, good vibes where the good girls reside.
Accesslauren.
Yo, what up, though? I'm so excited. So, everybody, I am Lauren Marie, aka Access Lauren. Welcome to Live with Lauren. Today, we're going to be discussing colorism, the bias that we don't like to admit. And first and foremost, and it's funny because when they do these lives, usually, and I'm still learning, they wait for all these people to come in, but I'm starting right on time. So, you're going to have to catch the replay because we do have things to do tonight. So, we're talking about colorism. But before we get into it, I wanted to thank my lovely guests and go around, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, introduce yourself to each other, because I don't even know if y'all know each other. I just know I know a lot of dynamic women, and I love to bring them together. So let's start with you, Miss Shadow.
Hey, everybody. I am Shadow Milan. Currently actress / model / I have a crochet shop here in Detroit, Michigan.
You come on, you a little more than just actress, Mom. She's one of the top actresses in the city. Join it.
Listen,
and the pose is
I
crazy.
gave a brief description, very humble, very quick.
Said, don't do her.
All right, next we got Miss Rachel.
What up, though, everybody? I'm Rachel Simone, aka Producer Bay. I'm an executive producer and media trainer, and I connect the dots. I put all the pieces together in the entertainment and media world. I'll be around. Y'all can Google me. Y'all know.
Google it, and we have the same birthday twin.
Yes, we are birthday twins. And then I have an actual twin, so it's like so crazy.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Miss Pina.
Hi, I'm Pina. Pretty Pina Travels. I'm an accountant and a travel agent. Just grew up in Detroit. Just all I hear, Currently living in Phoenix, Arizona, so that's a whole nother situation within itself. So yeah.
And one of my very, very best, dearest friends of 24 years. So shout out to Pina. All right. So before we get into
I have to do the math. I said, yeah.
25 years. So before we hop into everything, so how I do this usually is I have an Access with Lauren video that I drop every Working Woman Wednesday, and then we discuss on Live with Lauren the discussion in a larger space. So this conversation, to me, I knew it was going to be controversial because how the heck are you, Lauren, this light-skinned girl on here talking about colorism and how it affects you and this and that? And I'm like, I already knew it was coming, man. I got so much backlash on social media, and I just want to just give you guys my perspective first, and then I'm out of it, right? So how this conversation came up for me is, and I do a little bit of clickbaity stuff sometimes. I don't know if y'all saw that video I just posted where I'm like, I thought I was 99% black and all that, and then the DNA test came back, you're half and half, and people like, do you have a mirror? How you didn't know? So I just want to start from the beginning real quick.
Because I was looking at that video like, okay. I know you. Okay.
Your best friend be like.
But this is where the conversation for me started with colorism, because we usually hear one side, but this is the side I'm coming from, and I know a lot of people can relate because I've received a lot of DMs, messages, comments, all types of stuff that is this the side we don't talk about. So I'll touch on this briefly, and then I'm gonna be off of that. Okay, so Pina, most of my family is brown skin, chocolate, most 90%. Yes, and there's like a few that like maybe 3, 4, or 5 that look like me, right? I've been raised in a predominantly black neighborhoods my whole life, hoods, you can call it, whatever. All the schools I went to, I was always, we got Miss Marlisha just popped in. Hey. Hold on, let me pause on my story real quick, y'all. At Marlisha, hey, unmute the microphone. Okay, let me let her get it together. I'm gonna finish my story real quick. So
happy.
Unmute the microphone.
Real quick, yeah, just tap it.
So here, boom, there you go. Miss Marlisha, real quick, can you introduce yourself to everyone? We just kind of went around.
Okay. Hi, I'm Marlisha Bentley, owner of Royal Privilege. I'm wardrobe stylist and beauty consultant.
Y'all are so modest. That's crazy. But yeah, she's one of my top stylists in the city. We've worked on several projects together, hair styling, wardrobe styling, everything. But thank you so much for being here. I was just hopping into my little story real quick, and then I'm going to get into the conversation, the larger conversation. And we have a special guest joining us in about maybe like 25 minutes. So basically what this conversation, how it got started for me was growing up, going to school, starting in kindergarten. I would go in and everybody would say, like the boys would be like, "Oh, I like you light skin," and the girls would be like, white girl, you a white girl." And I would be like, dang, like, what you mean? Like, I'm not white, guys. I'm not white. And it would just make me feel kind of weird because I did look so pale. And so it was to the point where I would hide outside after my mom dropped me off behind the bushes and then wait till she come back and just act like I went to school because I was so like hated being the person that was different. So of course that went on in life to, as we got older, to you hear little comments like, "Oh, I need me a light-skinned girl." So it was like guys were making a preference of me where that was creating the opposite effect for my relationship with women, and women would be like, this light skin, and you're not this and you're not that, and all the way to the point where I just made, and this is my fault, y'all, and look, I could, if I dish it, I could take it. Now, there was a guy, he was a Caucasian guy dancing online, and I said, "Oh, you invited to the cookout," and then somebody's like, "You barely invited to the cookout," and I was like, "Dang."
Wow.
That's some bullshit. Like, what you mean? And she said something. I said, "You better ask about me." And then she was like, "Well, according to IG or whatever." And I said, "Girl, I throw the cookouts." Like, so I'm getting it. I'm like, and then multiple people start saying that, like, "Girl, you barely." And I'm like, see, this is right on time for what is it, Black History Month? And we talk about colorism, but I'm like, see, this is how I felt like growing up. It's like, you're not white enough to be white, and you're not black enough to be black. So you right in the middle. So I talked about having a DNA test and finding out that I was 50% African heritage, 45% European, 5% Chinese, and I had an identity crisis for about 24 hours, because I really did feel like, no, I'm black. This is the only little bit of white is my skin, and that's the part of me that's. So when I found out, like, no, these people, it's something to what these people have been saying your whole life, regardless of what you've been around. This is what your genetics are made out of. So that's my little story. That's what prompted my conversation and wanting to get, just more people involved with talking about this on a larger scale. So welcome again. And I wanted to know if we could, sometimes the comments get a little crazy, a little trollish. It looks so far so good right now. I know a lot of people are at the fight, so a lot of people might watch this on the replay. But I wanted to go around and kind of just talk about what defining colorism, like what it means to you, or what's your idea of what colorism means, and then what's like your earliest moment of, like, if you have experienced it, like what was the first time you realized like colorism affects me? So whoever wants to start, and I want to keep the conversation cool. We can disagree. We just never get disrespectful over here. And it's not for the panelists. It's more for the people that be in the comments. So yeah, if you guys want to start, whoever can start first.
I guess I can start first because I would say that mine's I actually witnessed colorism in high school. So I went to Henry Ford Academy of Dearborn inside of Greenfield Village in Henry Ford Museum, which was, in order for you to attend that school, you have to do a lottery. So if they pull that your lottery number, you're able to get in. It was very diverse. Like you had the different ethnicities. But what I did learn, one, to be my age, I'm thin. I was extremely thin going into high school. But I came in with long hair, and people at first thought my hair was weave. So no, it was mine. It stopped at the center of my back. The mixed girls, like, I would be honest, seeing you coming to class, oh, she mixed, flat out. The guys are about to be all over her because they like the mixed girls. Like, that's what they like. Oh, she mixed long hair. So it kind of threw people off because it's like, this girl's so skinny, she's black, but it's her hair. I had to go back and forth with people because they thought only white or mixed girls had natural black hair. Like, yes, granted, in ninth grade, a lot of girls were wearing the weave or whatever, but mine was real. I didn't have to have tracks. So I was able to just, put my hair up in big ponytail, or it stopped, like I said, stopping in the center of my back. And I witnessed that because it's just like, why do y'all feel as though black girls can't have long hair? Why do y'all think it's gonna always just be the what they say, the nappy or your 4C or whatever your grade is? Like, we are capable of having long, healthy hair. It depends on how you take care of it, or your parents were helping you take care of it. Like me, I was going to the shop every 2 weeks. Um, Grateful for my godmother making sure or my mom make sure I got my hair done. So I kind of witnessed that because they were like so stuck on she's black, but she says this is her hair. So I'm literally showing them like there's no tracks. Like I didn't did this before. Like no tracks. I'm combing through it, and I just, why are you stereotyping it? Mixed girls and white girls aren't the only, or the Indian girls aren't the only ones that have natural long hair without us having to add extensions. And yes, Lauren, you most definitely was mixed. I don't care what you saying. I don't care what you said. I was seeing you in class like, oh, look at this mixed girl. They about to be all over
See,
her. You're
see,
mixed.
See, I never thought that
Wait, I
though.
can't hear her.
you never thought that?
I never thought that, and it's probably because of where I come from. Like my grandmother is Lauren's complexion. Like all her kids are my complexion, but my grandmother is lighter than Lauren that she used to be able to pass. So it was like, oh, when her mother is my complexion, her father is my complexion. So I know that sometimes it happens. So when I met Lauren, I never thought like, oh yeah, she mixed. I just thought she was light skinned like my granny. Like I
See,
didn't think
say it like
nothing of it. Other than, I
Hmm.
mean, getting to know you and more. I think like one time we might have had a conversation. You might have said like, "Oh, we think we might have Polish or something like that in our background," and I remember that always just stuck with me. But other than that,
Uh-oh. Oh
than
no.
your immediate parents.
And Pina, you know what I thought you was getting ready to say? I knew she had something else when that time she invited us over and she made that macaroni and cheese with that smoke
Man,
like ham that was in the macaroni and cheese.
Let's talk about that.
I kid you not. I questioned her skills. I questioned her skills when she gave us. I'm like, what is this? No,
That
you
made me
sure?
sad. I
No.
never thought Lauren was mixed. She was just like, that's hilarious. So if some of y'all thought that, then y'all see where I came from, right? So it says a dark brown woman I work with at civilrights.org always had her hair in a bun. Turned out as a kid, the girls used to threaten her, so she got used to hiding it. That's so sad, man.
Mm.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Shadow.
So I think I kind of want to like follow up on that comment because so on my maternal side of the family, I've always known my family's history, right? So I'm like even like continuing on with like our ancestry, right? And so I know that my maternal grandmother ended up in Chicago because she was short and dark skinned, and my grandfather side of the family was Creole, and they was like, "You're not about to marry this dark skinned woman," and he was like, "Yeah, I am." So they moved to Chicago from Louisiana because all of his siblings are very light skinned. They have green eyes. They have all these things going on. So I've kind of been aware of this concept of colorism since I was like very young, like 3, 4, 5 years old, because my family always talked about it. It was always a thing of like, who's dark, who's light, who's this, who's that. And then I went to Bates Academy. So we had really great teachers that taught us African American history, but there was always this talk about like the brown paper bag test. Like, could you pass it? Are you lighter than this? What is this going to look like? And so for me, I never considered myself to be light skinned, right? Like, I'm in the middle of all the things like peanut butter brown, honey, whatever, all these colors we try to figure out for each other. And I have like cousins who are darker skin, who are literally like the most beautiful women that I know. And I remember one of my cousins saying to me in middle school, like, you only got friends because you light skinned. I'm like, no, I'm actually nice to people. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, I have friends because I'm kind and I love on people and like whatever. So the conversation has always been very open and relevant in my families in general because we all kind of fall in that spectrum. So I've been very, again, deep in my ancestry for a long time. I know that like such and such daddy was white and this person was that. And so I think we don't really realize how, we get all deep into slavery, like how connected and how just interconnected we all are. And this separation that this concept of colorism has created, because Black people are the ones who are continuing to carry that. Racism is its own thing, but then colorism, like you said, within friend groups, now you feel some type of way, like you said, Lauren, I ain't white enough for this person or Black enough, so I'm like, well, I ain't either. I'm in the middle of it all. And then we've literally started like groups where it's like, yeah, for the dark skinned girls. I'm like, okay, well, I don't fit into that. And then like the light skinned girls with their pretty eyes, well, I don't fit into that. So we all have this like identity crisis of just about like who we are and where we fit into friend groups and relationships overall.
I love that. There was a comment I wanted to read to you all. It says, people try to say my sister was adopted because she's dark skinned. My daddy, Alabama, a big dark dude, and my mama, Chi-Town, light skinned. Some children came out dark and others came out light, which I don't want to segue yet. Marlisha, did you want to tell us like have you ever had like what was your first instance of where you experienced like colorism or feeling like any type of way about your skin tone? Did she just? All right, so we'll pause on her. Huh?
I said she said deuces to you.
So
no, it's the app because it had kicked me out. I couldn't hear nothing, and then I tried to make sure my mic was not muted, and it kicked me out, so I had to come back on. So when I disappeared, that's why I disappeared.
Got it. Guess what? We got another one, y'all. I was thinking Lauren is a light-skinned Black woman. So okay, I rest my case. Done with that.
You feel vindicated, like yes.
And when you're in it, you're not thinking about it. You're just who you are until somebody says something, and now you're like, "What?" Like So, hold on, Marlisha just texted me real quick. Can't hear anything. What the heck? Everybody can hear it, right?
I can hear you. You know what? I'm sorry, but ask her if she put her phone on Do Not Disturb, because when I did that, I couldn't hear you anymore when I called you earlier, and I had to take it off of Do Not Disturb.
Okay. Yeah. I think
because when you started talking, Peanut, I couldn't hear you at all, so I didn't hear nothing you said.
I can hear now.
Don't put your phone on Do Not Disturb or something like that.
It wasn't. I couldn't hear anything.
So talk to us about your first experience with colorism. Like, let us know.
To me, being a dark girl, I always got the "you're pretty for a dark skinned girl," or "do you have a sister that's light skinned?" Or which I do have a sister. Like we look just alike, same mother, everything. But it's always been like a preference, like, oh, where do you get your nose, or where do you get, like certain things, that details that people always like more compliment more. But I can't say that I've been treated differently, because I guess because they will say, "Oh, you're pretty," so you get the pretty privilege situation. Is not always more about the color of my skin. So some people will feel like I do get different opportunities because of how I look, though. So I can't really say it's more about the color of my skin, because I really feel like I broke barriers in my industry in ways that people don't even think, like, okay, you're dark skinned, but you're doing things.
So now I kind of wanted to segue into the language of colorism, like certain things that you hear. Of course, I don't know if this is colorism, but I've had somebody tell me before, like, you're pretty for a Black girl, or I know somebody thinks I'm Black, but that's what it was, a Caucasian guy. He's like, you're pretty. Like, you really just say that? Like, it was just like, dang. But of course, I've been around friends and I've heard, I think the biggest thing is when I hear people describe what they like, I need me a light skin. That's the first thing they say, light skin, this. And one of the things that I know to not be true is just because you light skin, you cute. But that's a whole different conversation. But go ahead, y'all. What's the language? Like, what do y'all hear that?
Of course, like for me, honestly, I didn't come to terms that I'm not dark skinned per se. I'm more brown skinned to about like maybe 3 years ago. Like my whole life, even like growing up, like I said, my grandmother is Lawrence color. So and my mother, and my grandmother was in education. My mother was really good at putting me in, not into the neighborhood school. Yeah, I grew up in Detroit, but I was going to the Catholic school down the street. Like I was going to Luther school, and it's a mixed diversity. And then I grew up on Joy Road, and the thing about Joy Road, we right there at the borderline. So the Catholic school I'm going to, it has everybody in it. It has every nationality in it. And I realized that my teacher, although his name was Brother Sam, something went right with that man in my Catholic school, he used to didn't believe that my grandmother was my grandmother because light skin or my complexion. He also didn't believe that I was smart enough to do things. So like if we were doing a project or taking pictures or anything like that, he will always like push, because it was only 4 of us in the class. Out of a class of 17, it was only 4 Black people. Brown skinned girls, well, back then they called me dark skin. And then a light skinned girl. And never us. And it would be like, oh, well, they're going to represent you. Like, she's going to represent you guys. Like, she got it. And it wasn't until, like, I think I had left and went to middle school and came back because of school. I went to, like, a special middle school or whatever, and came back and showed him, like, hey, look, I'm smart. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He was like, oh. And they let you be in the front of the pictures? Like, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Why? But for him, it was,
Peanut, your connection.
I trying to figure out what was happening. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can now.
Okay.
It left or stopped or something.
Can I read this comment real quick? I'm sorry.
It kept spinning or whatever.
Okay.
It says DPS has failed a lot of us along with some family elders. Colorism is definitely a learned behavior, and hearing the language around that either directed at me or what I've heard in passing is sad. I agree 100%. Hey, Black man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pina.
I could say that in a sense, yes. And then I also could say, unfortunately, I wasn't. Most of myself, I didn't go to DPS until middle school. So most of my time was learned from being around different cultures and things like that, and realizing that my homegirl over here is getting in the front of the picture and being treated better than me because I was the dark-skinned girl. And then on top of that, I mean, y'all don't know Lauren though, but I'm also 6'2". Like I've been 6'2" since I was 14. I walk in the room like of course I'm from Detroit, so Detroit girls had that look on that face like, mess with me, you want to, I'm gonna beat your butt. So like that coupled with the fact that I'm brown, that I'm dark skinned, I'm tall, so I'm already intimidating. I'm quiet, and then I'm gonna look at mess, I'm gonna speak my mind. All of that just made my experiences, I felt like, a little bit more harsh than the everyone else. So it's like, oh, now it's colorism. Now it's all these other things on top of it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Wow. But dang, you're right. It's all of that. It's all of that. Any more like things that we hear, like just different terms, different, like I've even heard somebody say, did you say you look pretty for a brown skin girl? You look like, it's like for a brown skin girl. What are you talking about?
I can't hear.
You can't.
What is going on? I can hear you.
Oh, but I think
I mean, I can get on my computer now.
like watching some of the things be internalized, right? Again, I kind of go back to the social groups being created, right? When you talk about dating, and then you'll hear at one point it was about the men dating light-skinned women, right? Like, and then we argued about that. But then when a man comes out and say he likes dark-skinned women, all the girls are like, yeah, because we do it better and we're this and we're that. So and creating literal groups centered around color and saying,
I
oh,
can't
well,
hear
I
her
can't wear,
talking.
I hear a lot of women say, well, I can't wear red lipstick, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Like, we've internalized these things way deeper than the conversation has been had. So even internalizing it centered around dating, like, damn, that's messed up, right? It's so
Yeah.
interesting though. Yesterday, I literally went out with a business partner of mine, and he's a dark-skinned man, and we were at a bar, and I know his dating history. He's a friend of mine, and he was like, I like light-skinned women and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, why is that, right? Because I knew he was having this conversation, so I'm like, why is that? And he said to me, well, dark-skinned girls don't like me. Dark-skinned girls don't like what they look like. And so now I'm like, this has become a whole entire thing that we have like latched onto, and again created different social groups and telling ourselves that we can't wear a certain type of makeup and doing whatever. And I just hope that we, maybe it's not the conversation, get to a point where it's like, it's okay to just look how we look. It's
Yeah.
okay to just be who we are. I understand being tall. That's a whole nother conversation, right?
A
Being tall
whole.
versus short, and being teased over that, and this obsession that Black people in general, whether you're light, dark, brown, or whatever, have about having long hair, right?
Mm,
And this comes up before why you want to cut your hair? Anytime we see a girl that want to cut her hair, we're like, why you want to cut all that long, pretty hair? Like, girl, cut the hair, because hair is hair, and Black hair can grow. But that is centered around this concept of colorism, because we feel like people who have melanin and tone and all of this can't have a certain length of hair and all these other kind of things. And really,
yeah.
a lot of this is actually very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that we adopted these concepts of racism that have carried over, and now we're the ones who are really controlling it. White people are not controlling colorism. It's us.
It is
We're the
us.
ones who are going back and forth with our friend groups. We're the ones who are creating, again, social groups and nonprofits and all these other things centered around a color. So it's like, okay, well, if I'm not this shade of the makeup, I can't, my child can't come. I can't come because I'm not considered dark skinned. So now I can't be in your group, or I'm not considered this. Now I can't. So now we've just created such a separation. And I think everything just with women specifically, especially when we talk about like reality TV and all of these things, like it has created such a divide for us. And we're not even able to have like friendships because of our skin tone. And it's just a sad day to see.
Yeah.
So can I piggyback off of that? Because one of the things that you had said was sometimes that it's not being led by white people or what have you. But when I guess now as I get older, I look at things in a more of like a critical eye. Judge me if you want to, I don't care. But it is what it is. But I realized is sometimes we would try to say like, and we can say that, and yes, in some circles, yes, it's not someone else influencing whether we feel like this person look better because they're light skinned and this person look better because they're dark skinned or what have you. But then when you look at representation in TV now, yeah, you see dark skinned people being leads and things like that. But before, you had to be the safe choice. You had to be lighter. You had to have the straighter hair. You had to present yourself in a different way. So I feel like in a sense that kind of played a role into how we navigate through our everyday life. Like,
No,
because
100%
if this is all they're being praised on
Mhm.
here, now how are we going to praise it in our everyday life if this is what society is saying is acceptable?
As someone who works in TV, I understand that 100, like we are on the exact same page. I am not disagreeing with you at all, but I'm saying now at this point, now that we've kind of had a little more freedom, now that we do have a choice, now that we can executive produce our shows, now that we can cast our own people, we have to say, I don't have to put this in this standard. I don't have to fit my shows, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say like we've adopted that in that sense. And I think a lot of times we don't know that. We don't even know that we've adopted that. And so we've carried that, even though we have so much more freedom, we have so much more choice. We are still fitting into this standard because that was the foundation that was set for us. And we don't know how to get away from that.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
We'll get into media and representation at down the line. So these are all good points. Let's make sure we save some of that for later. Real quick before we get into the dating and relationships segment where I want to introduce our male guest. I want to just go around real quick and find out from each of you, whoever wants to share, how has colorism affected your confidence? Did it take you some time to fully be happy with who you are and what you look like, or has it not affected? Were you always fine? Have you ever wished you were lighter or darker? Like, just how has it affected you just overall?
Personally, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with people. Once I received my bachelor's degree in business and management, that's when I became more confident in my skin as a Black educated woman. So when I went to these job interviews, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this job because I'm coming degreed up. I have been turned down so many times, and I used to think it was because I didn't have a degree. And prime example, being in high school when I applied for a certain place, um, the lady told me I didn't get hired because I had no experience in coffee. Now, if I've never worked with coffee and you're looking at my resume and see that, hey, I don't have much on my resume, how will I ever get that experience? So when I went back to school and seen the Caucasian girl apply for the same place and got the job, I say, oh, it's because that's what the real reason was, because it's the skin tone. So I feel like now that I hold a degree and I go into different places and get my job and have a job interview, I'm more confident with who I am because they'll look at me like, oh, she's Black and she's educated. But then I've also been turned down because there's some that are in higher ups that have no degree whatsoever. Like no degree. I'm talking about just your high school diploma, or some of them just have a GED, but I feel like it was just their experience. But I feel like I'm more confident because even if I came in without a degree, they would look at me different. Like, oh, she don't have a degree, where we can't, she can't work with us. She can't be here. She's not a good fit. So now, speaking from my own perspective, I'm more confident holding a degree.
Yeah.
Okay. Like for me, I think my confidence kind of came in stages. Growing up, it was in a stage that if I did hear that I was pretty, that was not attached to, oh, you look beautiful or whatever, that wasn't attached to being for a dark skinned girl or a brown skinned girl. It was from my family. The first time I ever heard someone just say, oh, you are very pretty, you look so pretty, was at graduation. Actually, it was your mom, Lauren. We were about to do something. I think we were taking pictures, and she was like, don't my daughter just have some of those beautiful friends? She's like, Penny, you are just so pretty. And I was like, oh, it wasn't it wasn't in spite of, it was just straight. And it was like, okay, don't I feel that? And then when I went off to college, it was just a different atmosphere. And I don't know if it was because I went to a PWI, but of course I went for sports, but the other Black people that were there mainly were there for sports, although we were in Tennessee, so it is a couple of regular people that were there, but they were mainly there for sports too. So I don't know if it was because it was, now we're in a pool to where these are the only Black girls you got to choose from. So whether I'm dark skinned or light skinned, I'm pretty, you want to talk to me. And went from people talking to me, went from here to here, or if it was just because I also was walking with another confidence and swag, and I wasn't allowing someone to be like, oh, I'm gonna talk to her over you because you dark skinned, we don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it was like more, I guess, coupled with my confidence, I didn't allow someone to even come to me to even try to say, oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. No, it's either I'm pretty or I'm not. You like me or you don't. Keep it moving. So it kind of came in stages. And then when I came back and when we used to hang out And we had an individual I used to hang out with, and it used to irk my nerves because we have another best friend who me and her are basically the same complexion. We would talk to this other individual. Side note, I'm pretty sure this individual just did not like herself because she was Black and she didn't like the Blackness about her, and she was taking it out on others. But you know what I'm talking about. But she would tell a story, and she was like, "These girls try to jump me, these ugly girls, da 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 da," and they was dark like Peanut, and I'm like. I'm like, you killing our other best friend. That look, when I say me and my other best friend, we can share makeup, same complexion. You instead of like you up here trying to make it look bad and saying they dark like Peanut, like it was a bad thing because you were internalizing the hatred that you have for Black people, period, and for dark skin or darker girls, period, because of what happened to you. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But it used to be stuff like that. Like, why are y'all comparing me to them? Like, why are you like, yeah, we friends, like our other friend, been friends since I was 9, been friends with Lauren since 9th grade. Like we been in there. We thick. We done been out, we done been everywhere. We done ran these streets when they had the time. We was around when the going to the strip club was fun. You know what I'm saying? So like we done been through these streets.
You're doing a lot.
I'm just saying, like we done been through these streets, and it'd be funny to see how people would interact differently with us. And sometimes it used to be, I used to just be like, oh, once again, the whole package, but oh, you talking to Lauren more because she lighter than me than you talking to us. But then sometimes it was also, I realized sometimes it was just my confidence level of, no, I'm gonna put my shoulders back. I don't care. I know I'm the ish. You gonna talk to me nice as well. So like I said, everything, it kind of came in stages. Now you can't tell me nothing. Like my name is Pretty Tina. You can't tell me nothing. But I feel like also having like in the professional world and being able to have stand on things, also like you were saying, having my degree behind me as well has also given me that boost of confidence to be like, I don't care what I look like. I know I'm that girl. You're not about to turn me down. You're not about to tell me nothing else. It is what it is. So yeah, mine came in stages.
Love it, love it. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So for this next segment, I want to talk about dating, relationships, and everything in between. And I want to get the male perspective in on this. So hopefully he's joining in here shortly. I want to talk about how maybe I'll wait till he hops so he can hear. Oh, there he is. So I'm gonna add him right now. As soon as he looks like he's ready. Okay.
Like I'm good. How are y'all?
Hey.
How
We
are you?
have Mr. Hussein. He is from Ready to Love season 10 on OWN. He was one of the castmates. And tell us real quick, just so we can get a cute little good giggle. How tall are you, Hussein?
I'm only 6'7".
Oh. Welcome.
Only 6'7", but I only say that because I got 7-foot friends. So when people be saying I'm tall, I'm like, if y'all meet my guys, then you know.
Oh, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I got a 7'3" friend. So.
I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2", but I hang around all guys, and they're 6'7", 7 feet, 6'11". So I feel like I'm short.
So your 6'2" don't show around them, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm short. It is what it is.
And I'm 5'9". I'm the shortest person in my family. I wish I was taller. Peanut, I'm jealous. I wish I was 6'2" girl.
How's my angle? Am I coming through cool?
Yeah, everything look good to me. Look good to y'all. Yeah. So can you introduce yourself? I know I just said briefly, but I know you got other stuff going on. Like, tell us who you are, what you got going on.
Will do. So the name's Hussein. I was part of Philly, just last season of Ready to Love. Things ain't go as I expected it to go, but it was, a great opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a great opportunity. No complaints at all.
And we'll leave it at that.
Right.
Cool. So we talk about dating and relationships. I'll start it off by saying I remember just being younger, and it just seems like it was a success symbol for you to be with like a light-skinned girl. Like if somebody was doing it, their girl is light-skinned. Now it's Caucasian, but it used to be just light-skinned. You got your light-skinned girl, you winning, right? Yeah. And of course that happened to do with a lot of representation, which we'll talk about later, just the rappers, their girlfriends would be this exotic looking, and we used to think, oh, that's what it looks like if you really doing it. So with that being said, I wanted to go around and ask everybody, obviously people are allowed to have preferences, right? But what's the line when it comes to like, this is downright colorism at this point? Like, obviously you can prefer some chocolate, right? But when you get to saying I only mess with light skin, like let's talk about like those type of terms and things that we say and how it affects us in dating.
Got it. So for me, when it comes to like, just basically colorism, I try to cut that out completely. Being a dark skinned guy, I dealt with that, when I was younger. So who am I now to throw that into, my dating ring? So I really try not to get into that. I try and go off of, just the person and, personality, not go off of light skin, dark skin, brown skin. Though, sometimes for some guys, it tends to be like a trend, or light skin or brown skin. And people will think that that's your type. When sometimes it just happens, to fall that way, but it's not intentional.
Okay. Hey, Rhonda, thanks for joining.
Rhonda, I can't see the. Can we all see people saying, or just you?
I wonder if I can add it on. I should be able to add it on here, but
hey, Rhonda.
I click on them. I click on the thing at the bottom and see. You can see the comments.
Yeah, I feel like
okay. I can see when
you.
But
I'm not that good at it, so let's just. Oh shit! Look what I just did. See, let's just keep it like this, y'all.
We got to do a practice run.
Dang, I wish I'd been able to, tap in earlier to see what everybody had to say. I missed that part.
Oh yeah, we was talking some stuff. So, has anybody over here ever felt rejected, like in a relationship, or just somebody you might have wanted to talk to, but you could tell like it was definitely based on skin tone?
Yeah.
See,
y'all go.
Here's my thing right now, and this is like a current situation.
Okay.
I don't even know how to put this.
Say it.
Okay. I'm about to say this
out.
without putting my business out there. So there's this particular male in my life, right? We have a very tight bond. We're very close. Been knowing him. It's going on 6 years. He has an off and on girlfriend, who's not Black, of course. She's white. And it just kind of bothers me because when he comes to me, he's like, "You're my peace, you're my happiness, this is that and the other." And it's like, but you have her. So what is it? Do you like my skin? Is this the color you like and you want, or you want that? Because when you come to me, you're open, you're honest, you're this, you're that. And it's like with her, and one day I had to ask her, I'm like, why, what are you doing? I'm not understanding what you're doing. You got me confused. Because I don't even know if you really like me. What is it? And he was basically saying, like, Black girls are different because, well, y'all always got something to say. This is that another. He like, but you ain't always on my head. And he was like, in her, she doesn't ask me anything. She doesn't question me. And I said, oh, that's what it is. It's a control. It's a control thing. Okay, got it. So with me personally, I don't discriminate. I like what I like. I do know that in the back of my mind, it's like, be mindful, because if you take this man home and he's not Black, your family about to chew him up and spit him out. Okay, they about to get a hold of him. Don't let him be Arab. Don't let him be Black. Don't let him be white. Don't let him be too light skinned, because they're like, oh, you brought this mid guy to the house. Like, it's just very stereotyped, very judgmental. So my dating world, if he's not gonna be my man, I'm not taking him. Let him meet my family. I just don't even want to embarrass myself. I don't even want to go down that path at all. But right now, the guy that I do honestly like, I don't think he really like Black girls. I don't.
Oh Jesus, Lord.
Well,
Lauren, I can't hear you.
You feel that?
Hold on.
So even talking to this concept
Actually,
of like,
Dang it.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear it now.
So even this concept of saying like, do you like Black girls, or do you like this and all this other kind of stuff? Like, really, where did that come from? Right? Saying that a group of women who are white don't talk back, or Black women do this. Like, that's a very unrealistic thing. I think just people in general have these very mix of like emotions, whether you're a woman or you're a man, like all of these things. So I think we need to really dive into how and why people feel like, oh, black women only be loud or they be this.
Okay.
And if you're a light-skinned black woman, like, this is unrealistic expectations for dating in general. You cannot tell me that there ain't no white woman who ain't questioning a man. You cannot tell me that y'all ain't no Arab woman who ain't
Can y'all
doing
hear
that.
me talking?
Like, that's not real life. You
We
know what
can.
I'm saying? And so we kind of been internalizing all these things, or if we hear men say this or women this, whoever you date is going on. And it's like, when can we just separate this? When can you just, when you talk about dating, like when our people are gonna like grow up and just date their person? You're not dating a skin tone. You're not dating a color. You're not dating this. Like, your person don't take no mess. Your person does not allow this. Your person wants to have this. Like, I think that people are just not adults in relationships anymore. You cannot
At all.
generalize somebody that you're dating. And if you're generalizing somebody based off their race, off their skin tone, then you've already failed in the relationship to begin with. And so we need to start really diving into who we are and why we feel like we are just saying these types of things, being like, yeah, I don't date black women because they got attitudes. Every woman got an attitude. If she on her period, if she's starting to feel some type of way, if she, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is some false narrative that I feel like social media has created within just a narrative of things. Like, stop generalizing who you're dating and just be honest about who you are. What you bring, not to the table, just like who you are for real, what you need, what you desire, how you want to be treated, how you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, knowing who you are. A lot of people, the gag is a lot of people don't know who they are, which is why they don't know who they can date. They're confused about what they want and what they need. And so we're blaming it on a race. We're blaming it on color. We're blaming it on all these other things because we refuse to do the work.
It's self-hate. A lot of people see that mother that raised them, when they say, oh, I don't like date black women because they do this, they do that. Only thing they do, they see that mother that raised them, that they were mad because their daddy wasn't there and their mother had to do everything. It was getting on them. So now they internalized hate and down that they had towards their mother, they're putting out on somebody else. And so I'm going to go somewhere else where I don't get that same pressure. That's all it is. But in my experience,
hey guys, wait a minute. Let's wait. Pause.
I was going to answer your question though. I was going to answer your question.
Okay, because this is our sweet special guest Hussein. There's only one guy representing for the guys here, so let's. But
no, I was going to answer your question about dating though, because I have had experiences in dating. I'm sorry, like I said, as I get older, I am a cost accountant. My job is to analyze. That's all I do every day, all day, every day. I analyze, other than being a travel agent. But in dating, I have had situations to where everything. I mean, everything that they want: height, job, independent, loving, caring, da. But it always comes down to, I run into guys that have only had a girlfriend that's been light skinned. So it'd be that issue or they only had a girlfriend that's been light skinned and short. So it's be that issue that we be going well, and then all of a sudden they start acting weird. And I always hear this line: I'm just got to get used to dating someone like you. And I'm like, well, what's like me? Oh, because one, I'm tall as heck, and two, I'm not light skinned. It's like, oh, okay. Like I said, I had two things going against me, but okay, it's because I'm not what you picture and what you got the okay from growing up. Like, oh, I see you, nephew. I'm not that person that you had in your growing up as a kid. So now it's an issue now, which is so stupid. Get over it.
I appreciate that. So here, I want to talk about this real quick, and I want to direct some questions at Hussein.
Now I can't hear again.
We only have him for a short amount of time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
you. Yes.
So first and foremost, when it comes to like, you know how guys will be like, oh, I like a light skinned girl, but you know.
Now I can't hear Lauren.
Okay, I don't know why, but everybody
He
can
said,
hear you.
I can hear you, Lauren.
Yeah, I heard you up top, but I can't hear Lauren next to you.
What?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Now I can.
Hussein?
I can't hear Lauren though. Dang, I don't know what's going on. I can hear everybody else though.
That's bullshit.
Oh, we can cuss?
No, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to cuss. Okay, so what should I do? Hussein, can you hear me?
Dang, no, I still can't hear her.
Okay.
I can hear Hussein though.
I can as well.
And Pina.
I can
I
hear you
can't
as
come out
well.
and come back in.
Is
If
the
I come
other
out,
young lady gone? Rachel, is she gone?
oh wait, no, she's sorry. Rachel, can you hear me?
I can hear everybody but her.
What the?
Yep, I
Yeah,
can hear
I
you.
can't hear Rachel. I can't hear Rachel well. I didn't even see her.
Oh no, if I
Oh,
was
she
here,
was
I
no,
just stepped
she.
out. I had to pee,
Yeah,
y'all.
she had
I'm just
stepped
be
out.
honest.
Oh,
So I stopped my camera.
Okay,
Just
so
okay.
I just can't
Now
hear
I can hear.
Lauren.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Now you came
perfect.
back in.
All right. So I want to just direct some questions towards Hussein while we have him right now. I wanted to preface that with saying that just like we hear stuff the guys say, "Ooh, I want a light-skinned girl," like we have some things that we say and some preconceived notions, some things that we think too. A lot of times,
Yeah.
like back in the day, light-skinned guys used to be that was it. We want light-skinned, pretty hair. And then now it changed to light skin is soft and this and that. And then now we like it's the chocolate for the win right now. You know, it's like things change. So what I wanted to ask is, when did you first become aware that your skin tone influenced your attraction, your dating, and your social treatment? And of course, you got tall. Tall already adds 10 points.
Gotcha.
But I mean, take away tall, your skin tone. How do you feel like it's influenced?
So of course I got, two sides of it. You want to hear the younger side and then, later.
Yeah.
So of course the younger side, being dark skinned, it all starts at home first. And then you go into school and you hear, all the like the dark skin jokes and stuff like that. And though I was always tall, I would say, just being from West Philly, dark skin, and we got like, I would say it's an area in Philly where like most of, I would say like dark skin, like Africans live and stuff. So it was always like, a running joke with the dark skin thing. Light skin was like very heavy. Dark skin wasn't, in at all. I wouldn't say my dark skin started to shine until like college years. Wait, is everybody still there? I think we went out.
I see you. Oh, I see them.
So it's like my screen keep jumping back and forth. I'm gonna just keep going though. But I would say it wasn't until college when I got like a I guess you would say a breakthrough with being dark skinned and dating. But when I was younger, it was definitely a no. But I will say now, I wouldn't say it's more so like a light skin, dark skin thing. I would say for us guys, it's more so physical. All the guys into shapes and stuff like that. It could be really like light skin or dark skin, honestly. It's not more so, just based on the just the colorism.
Okay.
I'm trying to read the question as I go. Go ahead, I'm listening.
She said on Pop the Balloon, all the women say they want a dark-skinned man. So
yeah, I think that just comes from TV now, because when you ask the question, the first thing they give you is somebody from TV. Like, to me, I don't find it like very flattering. Like when a woman comes to me and the first thing they say is, "Oh, Idris Elba," or certain things like that. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, do you see me or do you see that person?
Do you have an accent?
I can even go back further, and I don't think I look like this guy at all. But I remember in high school, a girl like me, she came up to me and was like, "Oh, you look like Silk the Shocker. I want you to be my boyfriend." And it was kind of like, and I don't think I look nothing like Silk the Shocker, but it was just kind of like, dang, really, is it me or is it him? But then, if I'm looking at a woman as somebody else, how guys imagine a woman as somebody else, then it's looked at as wrong. But it's done to us. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, it's flattering. I guess you could take it as a compliment when they say, these guys that, are attractive and stuff like that. But, I want you to see me.
Yeah. Do you, can you tell the difference between like a genuine preference and what's been like socially conditioned to think? Like, can you feel it within yourself? Can you catch yourself sometimes like, wait, I'm attracted to this, but is it because this is what it's supposed to be? Or
yeah,
I genuinely,
because that's what you see on your phone every day. You go on Instagram, social media, TV. But with me, I'm drawn to just natural beauty. That's just something that I've always liked. It was never the heavy makeup and what you see on TV and stuff like that. It was just like the naturalism. If I had to say, like, a great representation that I seen on TV the other day, I don't know if you guys are watching Traders. What's the young lady that's on Trader? I think Tiffany. I'm not sure her last name, but I think she's a great representation for just Black women right now.
She is. I just actually dressed her I
Oh
think
wow,
their reunion
that's what's up.
special.
But seeing her on screen was just like when I saw it,
Period.
it was
You
like,
just did a period.
it was something new,
Like
something
that.
refreshing, you know. So I thought that was pretty dope to see.
Yeah. So, how do you feel like now? I didn't ask you this ever. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a son. Yeah, one son.
Okay, perfect. So, how do you feel that men can raise their sons a little differently? You know, to because it sounds like you have already a good outlook on things. You're like, if
Yeah.
you're pretty, you're pretty. If you're beautiful, you're beautiful. You're not coming in here with the bias. So, and I didn't know what your preference was before.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah,
didn't
it
know
wasn't like we had a pre-conversation.
yeah. So, like, how do you feel? Like, what do you think men can do? Because this is just like this is just gonna keep. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something different with your kids so they're not just looking.
Yeah, I think that just comes with what's the right way to say this? Introducing them to everything. You know what I mean? Not just what you see on TV or what somebody's telling you. And also, I try to tell my son. He's only 8, but to have your own mindset, not going for what people saying, is the cool thing, or you should be with her. Because I remember when I was young, I got told that once. It was kind of like what's the movie House Party? When Play say, nah, I want Cherie, you more, to her. With the light skin and the dark skin in the movie. So it's kind of like, just being open and just going for what you want, versus, what you told or what you just see every day.
And then piggybacking off that question, what do you feel like the importance of affirming all women? How do you feel like you can do that? You can have a preference without not making another side look
a certain way. It's really just, I guess, just being open-minded. Because it's really like, I guess, no right way to do it. He's going to be attracted to, and myself going to be attracted to what you're attracted to, but being open-minded and not being closed off. Because who am I to say, oh, I don't like light skin or I don't like dark skin, but that's just the complexion, it's not the person.
Right. Because the thing is that you guys have male groups where y'all joke about stuff, y'all say little stuff and thinking it's just gonna be lightweight, but what somebody walk by and hear something, it's like that type of stuff subconsciously bothers us. It could be lightweight jokes, like I don't want to say but it's like it starts with the conversations that you guys are having, and then it starts to manifest itself into
it definitely starts to manifest, because then you start doing this thing where you're just showing off for the guys. You're not even going for what you want. You heard your homies talk about this certain thing, so you know what, I'm gonna go get that and bring that around, so they're looking at me a certain way. I've had friends that's done that, and I could look at the woman and tell that the woman doesn't like my friend. That they're just around, or honestly, if I can go a little deeper, they're just around to be around all of us and check all of us out. So nah, seriously, you got to be very careful with that.
Okay. All right, anybody else have any questions for Mr. Hussein? I ran out of mine. Do you travel to Arizona? I'm just asking for a friend.
Shoot him, it's cool.
Huh?
You tried it.
No,
you
not
asking
you.
for a
Not
friend.
you.
Come on,
I
Peter.
not my other friend. You would go to the gym, Hussein?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go. Got to get back. I'm not going as heavy as I was. I definitely got to get back and relock back in and focus. Summer is coming.
Okay. All right. Well, and you're in Philly, right?
Yep.
That's not.
Y'all. So who we got on here? Detroit. Where is everybody else from?
Detroit.
I'm from Detroit. Don't ever play me.
Oh, so we got the Midwest.
We all from Detroit.
She lives in Arizona though, so she's been gone for a long time.
So my son is in Western Indiana, so
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to share with us? Any last words about colorism and
colorism?
Anything you want to talk about that happened to you? Like, have you ever been Rhonda? You are funny. Rhonda is so funny. She's just funny. She's funny.
I would just say the biggest thing with colorism is just just building your own confidence. And I can speak even for me, and this just recently happened. I remember I didn't wear black. Like, you couldn't get me, and this is just being honest, you couldn't put me in all black. I just thought, oh, I'm dark skinned, I gotta have, and this is just me talking, I gotta have some type of color. Now, now with my confidence and stuff like that, and just being myself, I don't mind it. I'll throw on all black all the way down to my shoes. Where there was a time where I didn't do that because you got a family member or somebody just saying, "Oh, you need to wear colors, spring colors, nice blues."
Or they
and
give you that
yellows and
joke
stuff
of,
like
I'll
that.
turn the lights off, you go disappear because you got on all
Yeah,
black, you
oh
can't
man,
find me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard all of that. But now I'm out and it's like, oh, you look nice in that all black. Well, before I would like, why you got on all black?
Love a good all black situation.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Anybody else want to know anything from? Okay, so I appreciate you for hopping on, taking time out tonight, and
no problem.
For the viewers watching, myself and Hussein, we have a special episode coming up soon. I don't think you guys are gonna want to miss, and we're really excited
Give too
about
much.
it. Okay, never. I mean, sorry.
I enjoyed this though. I enjoyed this little icebreaker.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon. Make sure, can they follow you anywhere? You didn't put did you put anything up?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, shoot. But follow me on Instagram at I am Hussein. That's IAM, then Hussein, HUSIEEN.
All right. Yep. And thank you so much. And we will catch you next time. Okay.
All right. Talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah. All right. So that was really fun. How do I get him off? Sorry, guys. This is all me. Okay. Back to girl
now
talk.
I can't hear you.
Gave him the boot.
You got him off and now I can't hear.
Hurry up, get off and hop back on so we can talk about what just happened here. Did you guys see all that chocolate? Just kidding. All right, guys.
No, that's the crazy thing about it is can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've dated everything. I done dated. I mean, well, everything that is on the black spectrum.
Okay. Nothing.
I about to say everything is on the black. I had to correct that. Everything is on the black spectrum. So I done dated light skin, caramel, chocolate, nice deep chocolate. I done dated short, tall. I done dated them all. So I know me personally. What'd you say?
So you can do short? You can do
not
short.
No more.
Okay.
I've dated someone that was 5'7" before.
Angel Reese said we love our short kings. What?
I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but I personally, my personality, that's a whole nother topic. But anyways,
we're gonna recap once we get off. We got a couple more points we want to touch.
Yeah.
Before we get off, because I got some. Yeah.
But I was about to say though, I've dated them all, but what I've realized is now I find myself gravitating more towards brown skin men, not because brown skin is a new thing or chocolate's a new thing, but it's more so someone that looks like me and can relate a little bit more than what to me and what I've gone through in the black world outside of America itself,
Yeah, Marla's just having a hard time. Hey, comma, no worries, period. I appreciate you coming on, period. Okay. What's up with this? Why is it looking like this?
Well,
I mean, I don't know, because I got the scarf on my head.
Okay, now I'm back.
All right. So, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but we were talking about racism, colorism in the workplace and different opportunities. And Shadow, that was a great story you told us that fits right into that. Does anybody else have anything to add to that? Like just colorism and work opportunities that you feel like may have slipped through the cracks because of what you look like, or we kind of you went to talk about it?
Yeah, I have opportunity that slipped to the cracks, as in me being as a cashier rather than being in the back because I wasn't representing I can't even say this is just what Black people want to see, but I wasn't representing what people found safe. And what people found safe was the lighter person versus the darker person. I was not considered safe. I was considered, of course, we can always say a little bit of it can just be my general personality and things like that. All right, whoop-de-doo, cool. But on top of that, it's more so you're not considered inviting enough to be up here in the front. So we're going to put you in the back. But, girl over here talk just like I talk. The only difference is she's more light, so she's considered a little bit more safe and can go to the front.
Wow.
Like I had that working when I was I ain't gonna say, but in a home improvement store that I used to work at.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, well,
And we also talked about this briefly, media and representation. Um, do you feel like I wish Rachel was on right now so we could talk about
I was
the
gonna say she put in the chat. She had to go.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Rachel, so much for joining. So I guess we don't have to talk about that too much, but we talking about, or what I wanted to mention was just like the image of beauty, like whether it's like beauty brands and certain faces and we talk about, because colorism is just not in the African American community. We talked about colorism, well, in my other video, like in the Latin community, right, where you got Afro Latinas, and you got the J-Los that get real famous, then you got the Amada.
Colorism in the Indian community.
Yeah, so we just talk about representation. And I thought it was getting better, because like Rachel was saying earlier, we own our own like production companies now. We choose our own actors. Like, we're putting people on who we want to put on. It's not necessarily having to be chosen for us anymore. And I talked about Fenty Beauty, how even the people who aren't classically beautiful, they find a way to, like, remember the girl with the big giant gap, and now she's like a supermodel. Like, you would never have looked at her and said, wow, what a beautiful woman. But it's like, they're showcasing everybody who's interesting, everything that's different. So I thought it was getting better. Is it just me, or how do you all feel about it?
I feel like I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead, because I'm about to pull whatever that other thought out too.
Okay. I feel like it's getting better in the sense of, yes, we do own our own production companies. We are the one hiring and things like that. But we're also putting all those things where we're seeing more representation on one platform or in one little bucket. It's getting a little bit better when we go to a global scale, but it's like, you only had that one. Maybe that too on a global scale. So yeah, I might be able to turn on a TV and find somebody that represents me. Like, one of the things it was, I just saw an interview from Gabrielle Union back in the day, and she was talking about how she was on an episode of Friends and how she wasn't that excited about to be the episode of Friends. And I believe she was at The View, and she gave in an interview with The View, she said something along the lines, I'm not saying it correctly, but she said something along the lines of, I'm the Rosa Parks. Who knew I was the Rosa Parks of Friends or something like that? Basically, because she was the first black woman to be on Friends. So it was like, that was look at it as, if I'm growing up and seeing this representation and I'm watching Friends over Living Single, I'm not seeing black people being represented. So that was the first one. In fact, I think it was like season 9 or 10 or something like that. So where she got in there was like, okay, cool. So then you go into, okay, that's when we had that. Now we fast forward to now, to where we could turn on and see Abbott Elementary, and you won't see nothing but us and a little bit of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Or you see Black Panther and we're being represented. But once again, it's that one. And an example of that can be either with like Sinners.
Yeah.
Sinners black as hell. It's that one. But it's like, we gonna let you get a little bit this, or we ain't about to let you win everything. We can only lane for that one. So I feel like, yes, we are seeing more representation. Yes, we are seeing more people that look like us. Yes, we are seeing that, but it's still not, when you look at the grand scheme of things, it still haven't expanded as much as we would think it would have.
I hear you, and Lauren's
And
gone.
I can hear you. I don't see
I'm here.
Lauren.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I would say I can't hear her, and now Lauren's gone.
I'm here.
Okay.
Well, I know. And then you had a point, Shadow.
I was thinking back. I don't know if you've watched the Tyra Banks documentary of America's Next Top Model. I feel like with this conversation, man, watching that, because I used to watch America's Next Top Model. Okay, every season, Fatima Said that was my favorite. Okay, especially when she followed me back on Instagram after I told her she was my favorite, and she followed me back. I was like, oh yeah. Watching that, it pulled out so many key points, because honestly, I used to think I needed to be real thin. I am thin now, but I thought in order for me to make it into the model industry, I had to be this certain thing, because nobody else will want me. Nobody else will want to pick me for that. And then I noticed like these girls not eating. This is what they doing to their bodies is like very unhealthy, but yet this is what they wanted. And it was like, is this really it? You know what I'm saying? You see how America's Next Top Model is different ethnicities. It's not just one. They all had different looks, you know, so they brought the beauty out. And now I like that when you look at models, they're all not just very tall and slim. You have plus size, you have medium size, you have short, me. I'm 5'5". I'm not even tall enough to walk runway for like the major modeling agencies such as Fours or IMG models. Like I'm not even tall enough. But I like that now, like she said, it's just like a global point. Now some places are just like, oh no, you're fine. We're gonna bring out that certain aspect, that certain beauty in you and make it work no matter what size you are, how tall you are, what you look like.
Yeah. Did you know, I think Kate Moss was like 5'7". She was making like $2 million a show. That's insane. Anyway, but no, that's a great point. Now I wanted to ask you all, because we're gonna start to wrap it up here. Honest, transparent moment. Have you all ever caught yourselves thinking or saying something colorist yourselves?
Yes.
Care to share?
I sure did. I told him like, oh, you like talking to snowflakes? I sure did.
Oh my God.
I sure did. I sure did. Because my thing was this. I sure did. And I will say that when he pisses me off, I'm like, you might as well go ahead to the snowflake. Go ahead. Just get out of my face. Just go ahead. And that's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice. I know that was
But she
my
didn't do
boy
nothing to you.
about to hit me in the back of my neck with his sandal right now. But
That's
I most definitely have said some color stuff that I have.
okay. What about you, Peter?
I feel like no, not really, just because everything that I've said, it's been based off experience and not a generalization because you're light skinned or dark skinned. It's been based off of, oh, I don't want to date that light skinned boy because he act like a pretty boy. Who prettier, me or him? But it's because I've dated this light skinned boy and it was who prettier, me or him. You know what I'm saying? It was like stuff like that. So I don't know. It was not anything that was based off of untruth. If that makes it was based off my perspective and my experience.
I'll be like, yo, he too light skinned or he acting light skinned. And I'm like, dang, that's messed up. Because not everybody, because you know my boy.
Yeah, I don't I get when people say that, but like
Chris Brown.
I get why people say that, but I've never said like, oh yeah, he acting light skinned. I would literally be like, oh, you acting like a pretty boy. Like you act like a light skinned pretty boy. Like I can say that. I'll say that. Like you trying to be like a pretty boy, but it's like only one of us can be pretty in this relationship. Pick one. It ain't gonna be you. Okay, cool. We're not in this relationship together. But
y'all be pretty.
I don't know. He can be handsome. He can be fine, but pretty. We're gonna leave that to me. I'm trying to be in my soft girl area. We're gonna leave that over here.
Shadow
be handsome, fine.
Shadow knows I like pretty. I don't mind two pretties.
I don't mind pretty either, but I don't want you in the mirror more than me.
Yeah. You know what? I said this off topic, but I remember I was talking to somebody. I was like, you know what? Me and my best friends, we all never fight over men because we have totally different. We look for totally different things when it comes to men. Like you ain't never seen us trying to fight over a boy because like we like totally different things.
What do you think what did you think my guys were like?
I ain't gonna lie, these last two kind of surprised me a little bit. I was like, okay.
That's true. Hold on.
The last person, I mean, I guess this is not a topic this is not a ready to love topic, so I'm not gonna get on that. So, but yeah,
forget the show.
Yeah. But like like I said, the last two, it kind of was like, oh.
But hold on, you're saying last two. So
last two and last person I met that we went out to eat and he paid for the bill. And then the other person we was in Vegas. Those are the last two I am referring to.
So you're talking about from the show?
Yes, I said I'm not gonna get into it because it's not a topic we're not talking about that now, but yeah.
Okay, because I don't count him as a person, by the way.
I count him as a person only because that's who I actually met. Now it was somebody else, but I'm not gonna count that person because That's a
We can
different
say
story.
it was Vince. We can say it was Vince. Yes, Vince.
Yeah. But I counted
Anyway,
because that was the last person that I was introduced to as someone that you could possibly was kicking it with him and the
yeah,
other person.
it was
That's
a
why I counted them
possibility,
too.
but we were not ever together. I see a couple of
Ever.
Ready to Love people here. She laughing right now.
Was never.
Yeah, no. But my point is, before goofy looking Vince, I'm saying my I feel like I had pretty good, like they. I mean, you ain't like them, of course, but you know,
Me and Vegas was cool. What you mean? Me and Vegas was cool. He was cool people.
Sure.
Cool
So,
people.
Okay. So look, here we go. So let's try to wrap this up. Any audience questions? Anybody want to know anything? This is the time right now. As we wrap it up, what do you feel like we could do as women to kind of better help each other? Because I feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings where even I believe, because even I did Ready to Love, right? And I thought it was just basic bullying. Once I start hearing the term colorism swirling around, I started to think like, yeah, this feels deeper than just people being mad over guys. This feels like personal issues to me. And I started to feel like it was a little bit of hate because of how I
It's still
look.
hate. So
my thing is that there's a miscommunication happening there. You know, people assume, oh, she's light skinned, she's this, she act like that. And instead of how about we just get to know each other first before we start to just assume that this person is a certain way.
So this is what you have to realize, that a lot of us are millennials. We grew up in a certain area to where, looking at the videos, everything that we saw, it was, the light-skinned girl. Mm-hmm. So now people that people are brown skinned back then, or dating a brown skinned person, they haven't went to therapy, they haven't healed, and they're holding on to that hate that they experienced when it was the light skinned girl had this reputation. That's the person they're going to showcase. That's the person they're going to do this, that, and the third. Although, yes, we have said that things have changed, people are still holding on to that hurt. And until somebody go heal, it's your hate. And that's why they're bringing it towards this way. And they're bringing it towards in the Ready to Love. They're bringing it towards in their everyday lives. Like, we about to be 40. Like, we in our 30s, 40s. So, like, y'all I'm not. It just happens. But still, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you haven't did the time, if people haven't took the time to freaking, like, go to therapy and actually heal those wounds of, when I was younger in the second grade, the dark-skinned girl broke my heart, or the light-skinned girl broke my heart, and that's why I don't like them not to this day. How do you expect for people to actually take you serious now, and for you not to show that growing up now? And, like, to be completely honest, when people come into a situation and they prejudge someone, whether it's on looks, whether it's on color, whether it's on height, whether it's on their race, it's all based on something that happened to them in their childhood that they have not healed, and they're bringing it into fruition in their adulthood. And that's a them problem, not a me problem. I'm sorry. That's a them problem.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And that reason why I say that is because now I watch who I get advice from. You see what I'm saying? Because people can only give you advice from the capacity of their own healing. So therefore, I'm at the point now, I watch who I be like, I need to talk to you, I need to vent, because you only gonna be able to help me at the capacity of your own healing. Like, everybody is not the same. Every male is not the same. Every situation is not the same. You see what I'm saying? Just because you feel like, I've been through this, it's not always the same. So I agree. They have to heal first. It's a lot of people that's carrying on this trauma and making it a part of their identity, which I feel as though is wrong. Stop. That's not you. Don't make it a part of your identity. So, and I agree with her.
I agree too. And I just want to ask you, Peanut, I don't know if you heard these allegations swirling around that Lauren is a colorist and I don't like dark skinned girls. Have you ever heard that?
No. But I also, especially since moving out here, I've been out here almost 10 years now. So I also don't know that people don't realize that it was a point in time, it used to be Lauren Pena Bianca. Lauren Pena Bianca. And mind you, me and Bianca look the same. You know what I'm saying? So it was, I feel like back then it was never Lauren might not like brown skinned girls, stuff like that, because it was the crew. That's who you was around. It wasn't never a thing. And then also if you want to go back to high school, you could throw Jessica in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't look like you. Let's be honest. I mean, we are all nice looking people. We're all pretty. We're all smart. Yes. But when it comes to skin color, we don't look nothing like you. But it was never an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never a thing. So no, I haven't heard that, because I know you. I've been knowing you since the 9th grade. I've seen the girls that was bullying you. Funny, not so funny. The girls that was bullying you were your skin color. So that was just crazy on top of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I've seen it. So I've never experienced that or seen that. And of course, I try to stay out the comments because of the mouth that I have, and I ain't got no time to be going back and forth with people like that. I just don't. I'm trying to grow. God knows my heart, and I'm trying to stay on that path. But like I said, with everything, what I've also realized with everything that we experience, shoot me if you want, I don't care. Everything kind of boils back down to racism. Everything boils down to the way that what we wear, how we dress, how we talk, where we go, how we look, how we view people. It all really boils down to racism. And until you are able to take a look in your mirror and say, okay, I'm not going to allow that to affect how I view somebody else, and I'm trying to see it from both ends, you're going to keep having people go hate on you and say this or that because you're not like them, or they're jealous of you and they want to give you a bad tone to try to bring bring down your likeness and dim your shine, which is stupid. But
yeah. So
I know a book y'all should read though. I'm gonna give it to you off camera.
Give it to us so we can all read it. And I appreciate
it's a book. Shameless plug. It is edited by my god sister Camila Woodson. But it's a book called Colorism. Like, literally, I have 2 of these in my house. It's a book called Colorism, and investigating a global phenomenon. So it really does it goes into like the difference of why we have colorism, not just here, but on a global scale. So it is something that I feel like everybody should take a little dibble and dabble in. Like I said, it is edited by my sister, but outside of that, it was actually something that helped me open up my perspective and figure out why we act the way we do and why we do the things we do, and that we're not the only ones.
Yeah, if you could give me the link to it, I'll put it in the description box for the video for YouTube, so anybody can click it and take a look. Also, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I know we had a few other people join us earlier. We ran a little over. I try to keep these conversations to an hour, but they end up being like 2 hours, sometimes 2.5. But thank you for sharing your perspectives. If there's any last thing, any last message you want to give about colorism, how people can find you all, if you want people to find you all, and just any last words you want to share before we wrap this discussion.
No, I think I'm good.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Pretty Pina Travels. I am a travel agent, like I said, but I'm also a cost accountant. And one thing I would like to say is, at the end of the day, you can have your perspective, or you can have how you want to feel about colorism and things like that, and how you treat you. But if you don't take a time to step aside and figure out and understand where those true feelings are coming from, you're going to go through this world judging people and looking down on people. So at the end of the day, it comes with self-healing. Go to therapy. That's all I really got to say. Go to therapy.
I want to wrap up, piggybacking off of that. If you're honest with yourself and you really know, like, hey, I don't like this person, I don't know them, but I know like it's because of the way they look, that's a clear indication that you need to seek a little bit of counseling, a little bit of therapy, and work on some things, because we're unintentionally hurting people that you have no idea what they're going through. Just because they look a certain way, you assume they're a certain way, you have no idea what people are dealing with. So let's try to just be kind to each other. Let's try to get to know each other on an individual basis and stop just looking at people and assuming we know them just because of what they look like. And again, this is a space that we try to have a positive interaction with women. Men are welcome. But like where the girls are, the good girls, we're not. And I appreciate even the chat just staying real. I had a couple weird comments, but people gonna be weird. It's all good. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it. If you're on Facebook, like it, share it, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining. And again, if I don't know if you guys know about my memberships, I have exclusive content, so you can sign up for that monthly on Facebook and YouTube, and follow my gals who joined. And thank you so much, everybody in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next. Oh, can I real quick? I want to get y'all's opinions on something. So the next episode is either going to be age appropriateness. I haven't figured out the title, where it's like, hey, at what point do you stop wearing this? At what point do you stop going to bars? At what point? And then we're going to have a special guest, a YN, a young guy who loves older women. We're going to talk to him and pick his brain. We could have that conversation. Or a lot of people wanted to have a conversation about mom and work balance. And I'm like, that's so boring, but I want to talk to the YN. But I don't know. We can talk about that.
I like that. Have you done a topic where you talk about how women are desperate?
You know what? I wanted to. I do.
I have a lot to say about that.
Just to say you got a man. Let them treat you any type of way. Just say you got a man. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Have you talked about? I need you to do. Come on, bring it in so I can go ahead.
Okay. Because I did want to have a side chick conversation too, and have like a real like bona fide side chick that wants to talk about it and talk like what, like how are you feeling? What do you think? Like and not attack the side, but just like
to get that
let's
input.
safe space for the side chick. So if I've put out the word, nobody's responding, but if we can get somebody to just like black out the face and the voice and just like talk to me, like what do you be thinking? Like, so we got some good subjects coming, so we'll talk.
Side chicks, honestly, that they mindset is not that they're a side chick. I'm gonna be honest with you, because they're getting a percentage of that person's time. They're still, in some ways, he's still benefiting them, so they don't consider themselves as a side chick. They consider themselves as the other girlfriend.
Once again, go back to healing. You need to heal yourself. You're okay with being a side chick because you don't want your heart broken, because your heart has broken in the past. You're okay. Just heal yourself. It's okay.
Somebody said, yes, bring the side chick as a guest. And somebody else said they are embarrassed to come up and speak.
They are embarrassed because they're doing what they want to do because they are already heartbroken. So instead of being in an actual relationship, we have to depend on somebody and actually someone has to show up, and they have to show up. They're going to be the side chick. So if something goes wrong, they were the side chick anyway. So they don't have anything to fall back on. Once again, heal yourself.
But once again, guess what she fall in under the category as? Being desperate.
Okay.
You desperate.
Okay, we'll stop talking.
We'll talk about this offline. Hold on, ladies. Don't go anywhere. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you.
Accesslauren.